They're all getting excited to see Smitty.
We are live. And I'm just there with me, guy. Whoop, whoop. I still haven't eaten my fucking lunch or breakfast yet.
Yeah. We're waiting for dinner.
Yeah. Oh, get fucked. It deleted itself again. Yeah, it did. Hang on, guys. I'm typing in a new question. At least I know what to write now. I've got it sort of sorted.
Oh, we love Throttle. We love you, Rob.
Smitty, you been hanging out with Throttle Down Under?
We haven't, man. We're all in lockdown. Well, we're not up there, but everyone in Sydney and Newcastle and all that, like Newcastle's halfway between me and Rob, and we can't get to each other. Like it's
got a block there. Huh?
Yeah, the closest COVID case we've had here was in Foster, and that's a half hour away on the coast, and that was just on Thursday.
Right.
So it's everyone's trying to tighten their belt, and the state's in lockdown. We're not supposed to travel, or we can't. So that's why I sort of go and camp and get out bush, get away from it all, and just drink piss. But
So are you guys to the point you just go to work and back? Is that it?
Well, in my business, where I work, well, we're lucky, we're essential. So if anything, we're flat out. We've got double time, and just push this button, save it this time. Fucking beautiful, righto. Yeah.
Success.
Yeah, well, when you move the cursor out and click on something else, it deletes the whole question and goes back to the old question that you had there. So I sort of moved that question into another one and added a question. So see how it works. All right. I'll get on the fucking chat here first. Hang on. I'm still in the banners. We got the HOMEBEEZ things happening down there. Comments. We've got 10 comments. It's early here. We've got Carrie. We've got Carrie. She was nice and early.
Oh, yeah. She was like the first in, huh?
These guys, I don't know who they are.
You must have got to the bottom of your list, Smitty.
Yeah, that's it, Zed.
Don't try adjusting the picture. It's about as good as it gets for us.
Yeah, nah, it's all good. I'm that far away from the Wi-Fi. I've got to turn the Wi-Fi off my phone so the computer doesn't lag. And I'm halfway through my coffee, so I'll be cracking a beer soon.
Nope.
You're just getting started.
Morning, Smitty. That's Rochelle and her husband. What's her husband's name? Roger or other half. They're a great couple. They've got a good YouTube channel. So check them out.
Yeah, you got all your regulars on there?
Yeah, regular. Yeah, Throttle Down Under. Other ones are probably half asleep. Bolt Bucket is another one. He's down to South Australia. But he's got a good channel. Oh. He should be dropping a video tomorrow, I think.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And fuck me, they're all chatting now. It's all moving. I'm trying to catch up to everything. Yeah, this is Rochelle's other half. That's the channel Harley. Their channel Harley Throttle Juice is their channel. It's pretty good. On Dundee, don't know this bloke. He's just a fucking Queenslander anyway. No, he's all right. He's good value. He's always full of energy until State of Origin comes around. Then we're fucking enemies. And then we got Tropical Oz. He was on last month. He's just finished. Yeah, he just finished the Black Dog ride. That was a long ride too, from what I could tell. And all right, not a problem. Okay, you've got mainly all the Aussies and a couple from over the ditch. Zed here, do you think he's from the UK?
You got mostly locals going on, huh?
Yeah, well, It is morning here. It's 8 o'clock. Baby all having their brekkie, and instead of watching the news and hearing all about fucking COVID, which is all that's on there, I guess they watch us.
All the people here in the U.S. are already at the bars, I think, Smitty.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's 5 o'clock.
It's Friday.
Yeah, mate, as soon as it ticked over lunchtime, I'd have been drinking. Actually, when I come off this, I did that dry July, and that weekend we went over to watch the football, and I couldn't film nothing because I was drinking. I started at 9:30 that morning, waiting to get picked up, sitting in my chair out the front. My mate rolled up. We threw all the stuff in the car. It was a drive to Stroud, which was an hour and a half away. Got there, and the footy was starting, and we stayed at the pub that night, and then by 10 o'clock, 10:30, which was like a 12-hour binge, I started doing these ones. I had a coffee on my chest. I was starting to fall asleep, and then Mrs. Smitty goes, "Steve, stop waking up." I go, I fucking spilled my coffee. like any beer drink, you don't spill a drop. You got the knack of holding it like this. But then when they go, "Don't do that," you fucking jump out. They're not wearing it.
She had to get me out of there, huh?
Yeah, exactly. I got 2 pieces of toast there. I'm not even hungry now. I had to race down the street, get milk and fucking everything else, put the mask on. Yeah, that's your Vegemite on toast.
Oh,
Have you had that?
I don't think I've ever had it. No.
Those
It's sort of
taste like chicken.
Yeah, everything tastes like chicken.
Yeah, that's what we hear.
If it doesn't taste like chicken, have more beer, then it will taste like chicken.
Is it more like a jelly, or is it it's a meat, right?
Meals? It's nothing like Nutella. It's actually like a wheat extract, and you guys have tried to do a version of it, but there's nothing like it.
What's our version? Do you know?
Well, fucking not Promite, is it? Promite?
Spam.
Spam. I thought Spam was a
Poor
UK.
imitation.
Oh, I'm just Roger. He got 8 Vegemite. He can't be Australian. We're all right. We'll get into the questions while everyone's here. Okay, question 1 is pretty basic to start with, and then it gets into the nitty-gritty, as you know.
Bring it on, Smitty.
All right. Now, the first one is obviously what inspired you guys to do a YouTube channel? Like, did you were inspired by other channels, or did you have a camera first, or?
Karen's like very, if you've seen some of the videos, very creative and artistic, and she's always got a lot of ideas. So I said, we're always watching YouTube, and so I thought, well, why don't you do that? I mean, you've always got these ideas, and she's usually pretty entertaining. So I said, so she kind of picked up on that idea and ran with it. I mean,
we had to go buy cameras, and I had no idea what I was. We were just talking to Ozarks about that, because I bought the wrong camera. I didn't know, because I bought a 7 silver, and I didn't know that you couldn't hook up a mic to it, and I had to watch videos on how to hook up the helmet and all that stuff. So it's a learning process. I'm sure everybody's gone through it, but
don't get the silver.
But no, it's fun. I mean, I like.
Yeah,
it's kind of fun to just get on there, and you have to. You think
exactly right. I think that's how you got to do it. I've been in a slump for a while, and I'm only just sort of coming out of it again, obviously, because I went for a fishing trip with my mate and didn't take a camera. But it was that good a day, I had to film everything on my phone. And I got the same software app on my phone. So when I'm away camping or something like that, I can do a raw one and put it all together and just put it in there without adding music and stuff, which is handy. So, I went fishing. The last fishing video I did, and it just whacked me back into gear. It's like, I just got to get out and enjoy this stuff. Like, get out, film what you want to do. Don't worry about subs or anything else or comments or anything like that, and just do what you got to do. And
that's kind of what we've been doing lately, just kind of, what you enjoy or whatever.
Because you get stressed out after a while. Like, if you try and keep up, it's not fun anymore. So.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. And
that's a good idea. That's a good idea too with your phone. I think we're trying to do that too, where make it a little bit simpler where you don't have to do all the editing and stuff. And so
when I did that last year when we just got the full drive, and we were planning. I did the live with the Badgers, and after that live, we were jumping in the car and going away for 2 weeks. And I did that. I downloaded on my phone that weekend before we went, and what I filmed and photos I took that day, and just had them in order, and took everyone across, on the holiday with us. So it's in me playlist. It's good raw footage, holiday footage, and it's just like from day to day, a 5-6 day trip of where we stayed camping and up the north coast, and it was just raw, no music. It's just put it in, what you see is what you got, and that came out pretty good. So that's what I sort of like the whole app being on your phone, so you can do that, and what you do on a weekend, you just knock it up pretty quick and do it that way.
I've never done the app on the phone. I know a lot of people do that, but I've never tried that. So,
well, it's only because it's the same software as I got on the laptop. Because otherwise, if it's a different one, I wouldn't be able to steer it. So, yeah,
right.
So, because it's the same one as I got on the phone as to what my software is, actually, the effects on the phone, you got a few more to choose from on your phone, but it might be just an updated version to what I got. Because on the laptop, you just got more effects of going from scene to scene to put fades and shit like that in. But other than that, I enjoy what we've got, so it's the main thing.
Yeah, and we kind of mix it up sometimes on both the phone and the.
I actually like filming on my phone because it seems easier. I don't know, to me.
Right.
Yeah,
and trying to keep your GoPro charged and.
Oh, exactly. At least your phone's charged all the time. So, like I said, that's what kicked me back into gear again, was because like I had the phone on me, and it was such a good morning fishing and sunny day, and it was nice and quiet and it wasn't windy, and you're just sitting there and caught a few fish. So I filmed it, and it sort of got me back into editing and all that. I got shitload of editing and just no time to do it. Simple fact is, over 50 now, when it's sunny and that, you want to get out. You want to go riding. You want to go camping. You want to go fishing. You want to do stuff. You don't want to be stuck behind a computer. And that's the whole reason why I sold I had a little Toyota Corolla car I was doing up, a 1967 coupe. And they're rare as duck's teeth. Like they're one of the first ones made. And I got to the stage, I said, do I really want to tinker around in the garage and work on this car, or get out and do stuff? And I just said to me, I want to get out of the garage. I want to get out and enjoy the sun and go camping and do the YouTube and do the filming and riding. So that's why I gave the car away for 2 cartons of beer. Someone
you were serious about getting out.
Yeah, I've still got the engine there. I got a full AGZ engine, which is fully worked, and that cost me $6,300 to build, $6,000 to build it. So I still got the engine. I didn't part with that. I just parted with the car. So if I wanted to put in something else later on, I can. But yeah, I just tinkering around in the garage and working on something like that. Okay, you get satisfaction out of doing it, but if it's going to take 3 years to do, you'd rather be out camping and riding, I reckon, anyway.
You get a lot of camping in 3 years. Yeah.
Oh, exactly right. And beer drinking, so I'm totally unfit. Yeah, no, it was a KE10 bolt bucket. Bolt bucket is a KE20. No, it was a KE10, the first one made. It was a coupe. Anyway, all right, on to the next question. Next question is, what other hobbies do you have other than bikes? Not bike related. Yeah.
Well, you mentioned fishing, and we actually have a fishing video up, an older one up on there. We like to fish. What else?
What do you do?
Oh, I like to draw. I like to play guitar, or try to, I should say. So art, music.
Yeah.
Craft. I'll craft anything, Smitty. Our son just moved out like a year ago, and I kept hesitating. So I've taken over his bedroom now. It's my craft room. I can sit up. I can craft anything. She's crafty.
Yep.
I said craft.
Yeah, she's been making what the tumblers, the water water glasses or whatever you want to put in them. And so she's been doing custom cups and stuff like that. And
But that is on my list. I want to learn how to play a bass guitar.
Yeah.
Maybe this winter.
I had a bass.
They all play, and I'm like, I would like to learn how to play. So.
Yeah, that's the guy.
You like to camp, huh? Camping's your gig. Is that what you do, Smitty?
Me, everything I can.
Everything you can get away with, right?
Yeah, you know they say like a master apprentice, like like a tradesman. They say them good at everything but a master at none, something like that. There's an Aussie saying something like that. You're good at everything you do, but a master at none. So you always have a fair crack and have a good go at it. But I am a bit of a perfectionist. So like I'm a screen printer by trade. I've got this thing here. You can only see the stand. That's a carousel. You can print T-shirts and all that on. And same gig, like do I want to sit in the garage and print T-shirts and work on weekends while I do it as a full-time job, or do I want to get out and go camping or filming and that? So, and when I
talking about doing T-shirts too,
and when I do shirts and all that, I'm too fussy. I'm like I said, a perfectionist. If I see a flaw in it, because you got your tradesman, like a car. You have a spray painter seeing a car and they see you running and all that stuff. They can pick up all the faults. With a screen printer, you're sort of the same. You can pick it up and you go, my mate up the road, he got so many shirts. I said, nah, it's fucked here. I don't like that one. You have it. And he goes, oh, really? Thanks. So he's just got free clothes. So, but yeah, in that regards, I just get too fussy. So I sort of can't. I am sort of thinking about getting back into it, just to like print yourself some shirts and do it that way.
We'd like to do that. That'd be
just to do it. That. You do a couple of runs here and there in that way, but the digi printers are killing the screen printer because you get all them real flash T-shirts that are around $20, and they're all got eagles and shit like that on it, and all multicolored and all that. That for $20, like, the digi printer will just print that in fucking 10 minutes, whereas the screen printer is color by color. You got to put 5 colors on top of each other and labor and all that and drawing.
So how do you do the digital print?
The digital prints is just like a computer. You just print it out. Just like you push your inkjet printer on your computer and it prints it out.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's like
you're giving her ideas, Smitty.
Yeah. Exactly right. So.
Oh, that's so cool.
Oh, Stevie, Rochelle's just got that saying. Yeah, it's jack of all trades and master of none. That's the Aussie saying. Yeah, and her other half said the same thing. Yeah.
And if I don't know how, I'll YouTube it. Huh?
Yeah, exactly.
That's it. Just get on YouTube it.
We'll getting out on the weekends too, though, huh?
Oh, exactly.
Yeah. We like to camp and fish and all that.
Visit the local watering hole and all that good stuff.
Speaking about watering holes,
thought we'd remind you.
I know
we're going to switch from the coffee.
Well, our favorite one, our brewery's having their is it their 5th anniversary?
It's like the 5th anniversary. Yeah.
Tomorrow night. So I'm like, I'm down to have a beer tonight. Or I mean, after this one.
After the start.
What time is there? 5 o'clock? Awesome.
It's about what, 4:30?
5, yeah.
Yeah, I was saying it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah, they have like this blood orange IPA that they started brewing, I don't know, a couple years ago. That stuff, I'm addicted to it. It's good.
Yeah.
That's why I'm fluffy, Smitty, is because I like beer.
Yeah. Oh, beer and whiskey. Gentleman Jack up on the fridge there. And double jack.
Yeah, we like that.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, next question we got. When did you learn to moto? When did you learn to ride? Was it when you're young or later on? Or
yeah, I was probably about 12 or 13. Started out with a dirt bike and just kind of progressed from there.
Yeah.
And
I was 18. It's his fault.
Yeah. She didn't want to ride on the back anymore, so I taught her how to ride And she's been on her own ever since. So.
One of the first times he was teaching me how to ride, I was on his brother's. Was that a Honda?
I think it was a little Honda.
And I was we were in like this Dairy Queen parking lot, and it was all gravel. And like I could barely, touch the ground. And he's like, "Go, go, go!" And I didn't, because you're still trying to get your bearings on how to ride the bike or whatever. And he's like, "Go!" And
yeah.
I pulled out in traffic, and all of a sudden you hear this.
Well, she dumped it like.
Oh,
right,
I did dump it.
She dumped it like right in front of the chief of police, right? And we picked it up right away and hit it off down the street. And pretty soon he's pulling us over. He hops out of the car. He's all mad. He starts storming up, and then he recognized me, and he's like, "Oh." And he goes, "Well, there's a lot better places to learn to ride than right here."
So yeah, 26 years ago.
Yeah.
But I grew up on, like, my brothers both had bikes growing up, and my dad had one.
So really, you grew up as a kid, and you rode your brother's bikes back in the day.
I never rode them, but I was always on them. Like, my brother talks about, I guess when I was like 2 years old, I'd stand at the door and wait for him, and then my mom would open the door. I'd go running out. He'd throw me on the gas tank, and off we'd go.
Yeah.
So,
it's it.
So I've been around them my whole life. I just didn't know how to ride them until this guy. It's his fault.
And then I think our son started out when he was 3, right?
Yeah.
Motorcycle with like the little training wheels on it. So
yeah, that's like Mrs. Smitty. Like that's how we sort of hooked up. Like we went to school in Ulladulla, and all through school and after school we hooked up. And she could ride a trail bike, and we just go trail bike riding out the Pigeon House Mountain, out the Blue Gum, and out to Shallow Cross, and all down to Bateman's Bay, and out Borley Point, all the dirt tracks out bush, and plus the oldies owned 50 acres out Milton Way, and they only just sold that. Wow. They sold it years ago, 25 years ago, because my son was born when they sold it, or no, it was a bit after, but for 417,000, which is fuck all, but back then it was a fair bit, and they sold it just the other day. Well, the house across the road had less acreage, and they sold it for 1.2 million. And the lady that
I don't know what's going on here.
She only just sold it last year sometime, and we don't know how much it went for, but it had to be double that because it's the views. I got a video in my YouTube of hometown, Mrs. Smitty's hometown, her farm, and it's got all the views and all that, and we used to have parties and all that down the paddock and stuff. And
so does she still ride? Does she ride her own?
Oh, she can't ride. That's the whole reason why I got the 4-wheel drive, because I was going to buy her a Street 500, but she's got bad osteoarthritis in her hands, and she can't use the clutch or even hang on to the handlebars. So, but in that regards, like getting back to like you know how they say riders make the worst pillions, or they don't like to be pillioned. She more likely doesn't like to be pillioned and or doubled. She'd rather ride. So.
Right.
Yeah, we bought the 4-wheel drive, and I was been racking my brain how to get us out and about and camping and all that and doing stuff together. And the 4-wheel drive's been a godsend. Actually, it's been awesome. I've jammed it up tracks where motorbikes only go, and I've got to remember it's not a motorbike. The 4-wheel drive's not a motorbike, but I'll have a good crack at it. So those videos are still coming. I just got to pull my finger out and get them edited.
Nice.
Yeah, we used to go 4-wheeling all the time.
That used to be, we used to do that.
But they closed a bunch, because up in our mountains, you could just take any road and just start 4-wheeling. But they closed a ton of them off, so you can't
some of them they closed off that were pretty sketchy, but
they were sketchy. Yeah,
you were like driving along the side of a cliff, and you look out your door, and it's just a straight drop off.
Oh yeah, it gets like that here. I mean, my mate that took us out, Rick, that's in the forward, he's like that. I only found out a few weeks ago that he doesn't like the steep descents and all that.
Yeah.
And his wife's in the car. He goes, Rick won't look to the right because of the steep edge. I'm going, oh, really? Going, how close am I to that edge? He's going, I'm not looking, I'm looking straight ahead.
Yeah,
Then
they
when
were
he's
like
driving, he doesn't care because he's watching the road anyway. But he's a
Not
bit
the clip,
scared of.
right?
Yeah, he's just scared of embankments. Me, I don't care.
let your passenger watch that, right?
No.
That's it. Smitty and friends, hi, ruling.
Oh, there you go. There's Rulen.
Yeah,
Oh,
ruling
nice.
popped in.
We haven't talked to him in a while.
Yeah, I haven't seen him for a while.
Oh yeah, huh? That's been a while.
We haven't been
All
on
right.
an ice bike for
It
a
looks
while.
like you should get an ice bike.
Yeah, I haven't been on an ice bike for too busy out and about at the moment. That's the problem too. Everyone's getting their own stuff to do. Good.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's understandable.
Right.
All right. The next question is drones. You guys have a drone? No. Yeah, nah.
I think we have a toy drone that we've never taken out of the box, but yeah, no, we don't have any.
We've talked.
So that's your bad drone encounter. It's still in the box and
Yeah, it's still. So I haven't wrecked it. I could say that.
I think it's got a.
All right. There's a part B to the question, just in case the vloggers don't have drones.
No, because actually, a lot of the people that were following us originally were into the drones. Yeah.
Yeah, and we talked about doing it for a while because I do all the editing and stuff. So I'm like, well, if he, because he likes to do that stuff. So I'm like, well, if you get into that, then that could be his contribute to the channel. It didn't happen, Smitty. He failed.
Well, your name mine. I pushed the one launch and it fucked off on me, and it's still flying somewhere. But the missus said yesterday she got off the phone to her old man because they're out bush somewhere caravanning around, and she goes, "You're not getting a drone." I said, "Why?" And he goes, "Dad's just walked fucking kilometers because the drone pissed off on him and it was too windy and they had to go hiking to find for half an hour to find the drone." I said, "All right, eh?"
Oh yeah, no, our neighbor lost one. His first flight, he took it up and the wind caught it, and that was the end.
Well, yeah, unless you got one with like where you can find it or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, that's virtually. Well, mine was a maiden for second. It was the second time I flew it that day, but it was the one time I flew. I only flew it for fucking 15 minutes. I changed it, put the new battery in it, and then pushed the one finger launch, and then fucking zoom away it went. It kept going and going, and then it just flew off. And I go, well, new battery lasts 15 minutes, so it could be all the way over to fucking Dingo Tops now.
30 minutes is pretty good too.
Yeah, 15 minutes. They'll be in the state forest there somewhere. Anyway, part B, the question is your favorite music and bands you've seen live.
Ooh, live. You're talking about oldies, man. I think.
Yeah,
Journey.
we all know. Hey, we all know them. We're all the same age.
I know. I was like, well, I saw Journey back in the day when they were still around, and
Def Leppard's probably one of my favorites, and
Def
I've
Leppard.
seen them a couple times.
Yeah, the one-armed drummer.
Yeah, Def Leppard. We've seen them. I don't know, 2 or 3 times.
Who was that band that was hollering at the guitar player?
Cheap Trick. All the old 80s.
Yeah.
Revolver.
Velvet Revolver.
Velvet Revolver.
We've seen them live.
Seen them a couple times.
They were
yeah,
really
like
good.
them.
They had the
Yeah, Velvet Revolver. Aren't they? Isn't that Slash's? Was that Slash's group?
that was one of his bands.
Yeah, his first one. Once he moved out of Guns N' Roses, that was the first one album he did with the band.
Yeah, I think the only thing that changed was what the singer. From STP, that guy's a really good front man. But that was a real good show.
Yeah.
Here in Colorado.
And I always wanted to see Tom Petty, but that didn't happen.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorites.
Yeah, and then of course AC/DC, we like that, and
I've never seen that.
Thin Lizzy, all the old bands.
See Dundee. Dundee's got a bail. By the looks of that. Ruling, did you hear the new song off Guns N' Roses? Oh, I've only heard the Chinese Democracy one. And this one here, Suicidal Tendencies.
Yep.
Yeah. Me and Chewy just did a skateboard video, the last one. We had a bit of
I like that video. Yeah, I watched that one.
We had a bit of a challenge going on Instagram, and we all dug out our skateboards and put up a video. And Chewy, he did a intro for Bolt Buckets video, and he fucking did the exact same thing I was going to do, and then and then when he did the skateboard one, he put the exact same song into it that I was going to put in. That's the skate by suicidal tendency. So great minds think alike. So obviously me and Julia.
That was my idea.
Yeah,
I know.
It was like, oh fuck, man! I got to think of something else.
I know, because him and the boy, because we kind of live on a hill a little bit, and they'll come fly. They got longboards, and they'll come. How fast do you think you're doing? Like 30?
I don't know, pretty fast.
And I after I saw yours, I'm like, I guess I got to videotape these two yahoos coming down the road, because and no helmets, no nothing. They're just crazy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I got out there at the skate park because I'm yet to put this one up. I did a time lapse of the sunrise, and it worked out pretty good. So that's probably next one. But
oh really?
I got the skateboard and I got it there, and I walked over and I've jumped on it just to have a fucking bit of a practice, of course, because you don't want to fucking fall on your ass. But as soon as I jumped on it, I've gone, fuck, what am I doing? It was like, I killed myself. And it was like 8 years since I'm 42 is probably the last time I skated on it. And because I used to skate to work, and that's just going down the hill, walking up the other hill and going down the hill, because I love street skating. And then here I go to a skate park, and I used to be able to do rail slides and shit like that. And I love kicking in off stuff like what I did at the end. But I used to kick in off shit this high, not fucking that high. But at 51, that one looked more promising. And but yeah, we used to go around Wollongong and kicking off banks this high and find car parks and ride the ramps and rails and, you know, just what you do as a kid. And then you get chased by security guards. So, but that's catch you now, Smitty. That's the fun of being a skateboarder. So I could probably do that and then stash the skateboard. And I say, do you see the young skateboarders run through? You go, oh yeah, he went that way. You know, pick my skateboard up and walk back and jump in the car. But no, I miss it. It's good fun. And actually, after the half hour that I was fucking knocked up, puffing and panting, but I did enjoy it. So the skateboard's still in the car. So every now and then we'll jump on the skate park and have another crack, because it is like bike riding. You get on there and you just go with the flow and the gyroscope and the freedom. It's good fun.
Kind of free your mind up a little bit, huh?
It does, eh? That's what it's exactly like the bike in that regard. It's like, especially just like your longboarding and just getting in the mode. It was enjoyable.
It was nice, kind of connect with the sun too, you know.
Yeah, that's it. It was a good morning that last week. It was a good weekend, actually, good day. Oh, all right. Next quick. I love this question. You know what one it is too, don't you? Tell us something mischievous about yourself the oldies don't know about. In other words, what shit did you get in trouble for, or that you pulled the wool over your parents' eyes and they don't know about yet as a kid or a teenager, or now even?
It's crazy, honestly, because like I even wrecked. I stole. So my mom did upholstery when I was younger, and so my boyfriend at the time brought his car over because he was a couple years older than me, and brought his car over, and my mom was going to reupholster the inside of the car. So my girlfriend and I did school. Like, I was a really good kid, honestly, but we stole the car because the keys were in the house, and we started joyriding in this car, and I let my girlfriend drive it. She had no idea how to drive the car. She wrecked the car. We ran out of gas. We had to pop the gas cap because it was one of those key. But I went home and called my mom crying, and I told her everything I did, and she didn't even get mad at me. Like, I was not a bad kid. I told my mom everything.
I was a good kid too.
Only one auto theft.
I'm like, you did? That was it, Smitty. I was. What did you do? What about you?
I don't
tell me. I want to hear. I might find out something.
No, we used to always go do adventures when we were younger, and one of the things we liked to do, I don't know how we never blew up or whatever, but we used to climb down, and sometimes we didn't even have any lights with us. We'd literally climb down in the sewer tunnels or whatever, and then just follow them for miles. And like I said, sometimes we didn't even have lights, and it's like one time this guy heard us down there, and there was like a roof above us, and he pulled us out, and he's like, "Man, you guys are crazy." He goes, "The other day I was here, and water, they fill up." He said water was actually shooting out the top. So he's like, "What are you guys doing down there?"
You don't realise that as kids, though, because like I said before, skating would be around Wollongong, and you'd find banks like that where the sewage go, like the flow goes through, and you just got a puddle about that big, which you got ollie over. So you just ollie over that, up that bank, and then you just have some fun and all that in there. But I have seen them fill up real quick. There's like a tidal wave. The water just comes flowing through there. It's like,
we were lucky
to
to
have full time getting out of there.
We used to do that quite a bit when we were younger. The stuff you survive,
And you hope your kids don't do
and then you yell at your kids for doing the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. I seen on one the other day. Oh, it might have been on YouTube or something. It was like the kids, what you could get away with when you were a kid or kids growing up, what they do, and I protect them and all that sort of stuff. And then the new kids now, it's like they're just on the Xbox and stuff like that, where you're out skateboarding, skinning your knee and eating dirt and doing whatever else. And you always get me in trouble for coming home after dark. Well, I was anyway.
That's kind of sad because, like when we were younger, we were out. I mean, you left in the morning, you didn't come home till it got dark. And now you don't even really see that many kids out.
No, that was the main thing. It was like, come home before the street light comes on. And
exactly.
My version was a bit different than Mum's, but then I got the warning. And then after the warning, I got, you wait till your fucking father gets home. And then, oh, shit, here we go. And you knew it was going to happen. So
that's what we took off when we were. That's probably my first tricycle adventure. My mom and dad still talk about is me and my buddy took off, and we were probably only 3 or 4. Went across the highway, found some railroad tracks, and we're venturing down the railroad tracks when we got picked up by the cops.
Yeah. I would have got my brother. He probably, I don't know, it would have been older than that. But he's 8 years older than me, so he's
only 24?
He might have been 8 or 9 or something. And he says, I'm going to run away from home. And he goes, righto, grab your gear. So he went inside, grabbed his fucking gear, grabbed the bag. Then he'd take off and he'd walk down the street. And then you see him walk past again. Because he wasn't allowed to cross the street, so he just fucking walk around the block.
Just wait for him to come around each time.
Yeah, when the day was finished, he would come home and threw his stuff in his bedroom and went to sleep. It was like went to run away.
Bringing us all his toys.
Yeah, our dog keeps bringing us all his squeaky toys.
He's like,
you guys aren't paying attention to me.
That's so funny.
There.
That was funny. That was me. You ag 2, 3, 4 was behaviour. All right, the next one.
Dance in school.
Okay, next one is, what's your most favourite sport to play or watch on telly or even do live?
Shit. Well, I don't play sports because I'm not. What do I play?
Oh, you played softball there for a while, remember, until you broke your finger?
I play sports. No, I don't. Not those. But I love to watch football.
Yeah, what do you? Yeah, that's the other part of the question. Like, what do you enjoy watching?
I grew up with my mom watching football, and it's funny because out of the household, the son isn't really into sports, and he's not totally in this. And so my daughter and I will watch the football games together.
I was going to say, Karen's actually the sport person, huh?
Yeah, and I grew up watching it with my
mom. On the football, yeah.
But I don't play them.
You were playing, but you played softball there for a while.
Not well.
She caught a fastball and broke her finger.
It was this one. That's weird.
Look,
Did you not? It was.
It disabled her.
Yeah.
I was feeling good about that.
Well, at the time, I used to drive a school bus.
Yeah.
And so I had a splint on like just the end of my finger. And so I told my boss, I'm like, can I still drive? And he's like, yeah. So I'm like, so if you get any phone calls and I'm driving down the road, I'm not flipping people off. I got a splint on my finger.
It's not on purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not sports playing people though, huh?
Not really.
Mm.
What about you, Matt? What do you enjoy watching?
I think about the same.
Footy as well.
Football, yeah. I think if I get into it at all, usually it's because she's got
He's
it on.
usually mad at them.
It's usually, yeah.
Because
Well,
every time he watches, they lose.
yeah, it seems like every time I start watching, they lose. I'm like, man.
What's your team? What team do you go for or watch?
Broncos.
We got the Denver Broncos here.
Broncos, yeah.
So we usually support the local team here. But like I said, it seems like every time I watch them, it's like that's the one game they'll lose or whatever.
Yeah.
It's
You know.
it's the same as my team at the moment. They're fucking playing horrible. They lost their coach halfway through the season, and they could have won last week to sort of concrete their spot in the finals, but they got beat. And yeah, every time I put a bet on, they fucking lose. So I give up betting.
Yeah, that's my luck. My luck.
You have to do the opposite, I guess, huh?
Yeah, that's it. There's a bit of what is it? You think, oh, if I bet, they'll lose this week, so I won't bet, and then they still fucking lose anyway. So
watching, they had some like local hockey teams. Like,
Oh yeah.
that was a lot of fun.
yeah, I enjoyed playing field. I played field hockey for 4 years, and my son did. His son was really good. He was right up playing B and A grade in like hockey, and fuck, they're pretty crazy. You think hockey, you play with a stick and all that, but fuck, man, like you get whacked and chopped, and that fucking ball moves too. It's like,
yeah, these were like, I don't know what you'd call them, the amateur. I don't know what they, not the full league teams, but man, they had a lot of heart, man. They went after it, so they were fun to watch because
you talking ice hockey or field hockey?
It was ice hockey.
yeah.
Yeah, ice hockey's pretty crazy.
Oh, it was fun.
We had an ice hockey league to watch here. I'd watch it, I reckon, because they're just full on. Like I'm just saying, like even field hockey's like that. Like you think, oh, you're playing, with a stick and all that, but it's full on. It's the most athletic fucking sport out there, and then you got to watch the stick and the ball and all that sort of stuff. And there's always a lot of injuries.
Oh yeah, there was when I was in high school, one of the guys I ran around with played hockey, and he was always coming to school with a black eye or busted lip or something. Looked like he got in a fight every weekend. So yeah, pretty tough sport.
We got scouts in the house.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Military.
Lingerie football.
Getting a few on there, huh?
Yeah.
Mars, Melbourne Storm. You can take that shit outside, Mars. Oh, they're the gun
You're waking up
team.
the crew, Smitty.
Yeah, they've been the gun team for a while, the Storm, unfortunately. Anyway. But, I love, motorsport. I'm a petrol head fucking through and through and all that sort of stuff. And just growing up, my brothers bike riding and racing speedway and motocross.
Nice.
I was just destined to be a fucking petrol head anyway.
I've watched some NASCAR too. I like.
Yeah,
I love NASCAR. IndyCar's a bit boring, but at least in NASCAR, there's more crashes in that. They just fucking get more.
I know, right?
Yeah, the cars are heavier. And
Our dog's
Sorry, our dog's like.
yeah, right. I'll go get a beer while he's fucking sorting the doggy out.
I just entertain. Everybody gets up and leaves. It's fine.
I've only limited myself to four beers this morning.
4?
Yeah, because I've got to do shit today.
It's hard to do shit when you've had too many beers, Smitty.
Oh no, you do it better, but
True. You think you do anyway, right?
Yeah, but the police don't think so. That's the problem.
Oh my gosh, I was watching the TikTok the other day, and this lady's driving around down the road, and she's like, it comes on, they're like, 911, what's your emergency? She's like, I just saw a drunk driver. They're like, what was it? She's like, it was her. She reported herself as a drunk driver driving down the road. It was kind of funny.
Yeah.
Bored. I don't know.
Like, why would you call yourself in?
All right, we've got a Butte one here now. What celebrity does it for you, and like who you wouldn't kick out of bed? Like, what's your number one
Mark
celebrity?
knows who mine is.
Hers is The Rock, Dwayne Johnson.
The Rock.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think Kirsty's the same too. Dwayne or fucking Thor or something like that.
And see, I can't tell you this, Smitty, but my other one is Heath Ledger, and do you know why? Because of his accent.
Yeah.
Do you know where he's from?
Yeah. He's from Sydney.
George. Like Smitty's getting all embarrassed.
Oh, mine was the old,
Oh,
old way back in the day. But I loved. I always liked Tina Turner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
she got some legs on her.
Definitely for the age woman she was. She's long legs.
Oh yeah.
Hope legs. I mean, my dad always said, "See that chick over there?" Go, yeah, she's got hope legs. The lady with real long legs. Yeah, why is that? He goes, hope they don't break and go up her ass and shit like that. I go, no, right. And that's my old man. So anyway. Yeah, mine. Oh, suppose I should pick some new ones, but Sandra Bullock was my sort of love chick.
Oh, I was gonna say, yeah, that's
Sandra Bullock and that Mexican chick, Selma. What's her face? She's about 10 years older than me. She was in Dust Till Dawn and
yeah,
a few other
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Selma Gilmere or something like that.
Yeah.
They'll put it in the comments. Matt's in there. They'll fucking.
She was a dancer, right?
I think so. I don't know. No, she's an actor. Yeah.
Yeah. In the movie, though.
Oh yeah, she was. Yeah, in Dust Till Dawn, she was the chick on the table pouring whiskey down her leg. Whiskey down her leg into Quentin Tarantino's mouth. And then they went all fucking helter skelter and murdered everyone. She turned into the vampire. And I thought, what the fuck? Hang on, I just seen a comment in here. This is a Mars, yeah, this one. Oh, Samantha Fox. Like I was still in school when she was around. The Pommy singer, big blonde with big tits. That's what my old man used to say too. We're going out. We're going out. Dad goes, well, bring me home a dumb blonde with big tits. I go, right, no worries. Isn't it? That's her. Selma Haker. Yeah. Selma. I knew Matt knows her name. Fucking, he knows it. He's got her in the speed dial.
Apparently you've seen it. I haven't seen it. But Sandra, she's pretty. I mean, I don't roll that way, but if I did,
yeah,
I'd get me some of that. I wouldn't, because I'm not popular like that. She wouldn't know who I was.
Look at me, Bolt Buckers. Hey, Robbie. Always brings up a few. Delvine Delaney, she was sweet. That's Stroff's other half. She, Paul Hogan, that does put another shrimp on the Barbie. His sidekick that directed and wrote Dundee, Crocodile Dundee, and all that. And he just died probably 3 weeks ago or a month ago.
Really?
Yeah, and he just passed away. And Delvine Delaney was his wife, and she's in a few of the shows. They used to have a show, the Hogue Show, Paul Hogan show, and Stroff was his sidekick, and Delvine Delaney, and make a few appearances on that.
Huh.
Yeah. Any more? But Simon Pegg. I think there's a few more.
Military bike.
No. As of new ones, fuck, I don't know. I can't name any celebrities. I'll probably would be a few movie stars if I can go and flick through some fucking videos, but
I really like that Mark HOMEBEEZ guy. He's really cute.
yeah, I don't know him.
Never heard of him. I don't know who he is.
No.
The test of time, right?
That's it.
Oh,
But like I said, my missus, she loves she likes The Rock. He's a bit tired to look at, of course, but Thor was her and her girlfriends. They had some sort of game, and she ended up drawing Thor as a husband. And like ever since then, there's my husband. So it's just like whenever he's on telly, it's like, hey, are you talking about? Oh, my husband. Oh, right. Not me, but the other husband. Excuse me. Well, this is a new question I just plotted in. Oh, no, I missed it. Hang on. Next one. Okay. What's your poison? Beer, spirit, cider, and your favourite hangover brekkie?
oh, see, I already ratted myself out.
Rum and Coke, 7 and 7. I like.
Beer. Any beer.
Karen likes craft beer.
I don't like sours. That's probably the only one. I'll still drink it if you put it in front of me, but
Yeah.
I love beer.
We got like breweries that just popped up all over the place last few years.
Do you guys have a bunch of those out there? Like the breweries? Is that like popular?
There's craft beers and all that. A few breweries and all that around, but
they really
Dan
popped up
Murphy's.
over here.
Dan Murphy. You got Dan Murphy's there? Is that American? Like the alcohol shop, bottle shop? Dan Murphy's.
I don't think so.
I must. Well, there's a big discount sort of bottle shop here called Dan Murphy's franchise, and it's in every. And you go in there and your spirits, wines, and the whole lot's just pretty cheap.
Ours is like they call it total beverage.
Yeah.
And then there's a place we like to go called kind of like an industrial park, and right in the middle of it, there's this place called the Rails Inn, and it's probably one of our favorite hangouts.
Yeah, in the west of Sydney, there's heaps of craft breweries. There is plenty around. There was one in. We went to one because riding with Barco, we had a ride, and we went to Murphy's Brewery, which is I think near Nelson's Bay, down near Newcastle. It's a couple of hours away from here. And then also Port Macquarie, I know there's a couple up there, Ducks Brewery, and there's breweries around. You just gotta find them.
I know.
But
I think I like craft beer over. I'll drink any beer, but I like microbrews.
Your tailor-made ones compared to your craft beers.
Yeah, there's been quite, like I said, there's a ton of breweries that opened up in the last few years. It's kind of like
Well, we like doing the flights too, because then you get a little bit of. It's like going to the candy store. You get a little bit of everything.
Yeah, exactly. It's funny you say that. When we moved to Canberra, me and Mrs. Smitty got married, and we moved to Canberra because Ulladulla, where we grew up, didn't have work. And my mates would come up on weekends. We'd go down to the local bottle shop. And they just see the craft beer section and go, elephant beer. Yep, we'll try that. Dog bolter. Yep, we'll try that. Redback. Yep, we'll try that one. Miller's. Oh, yeah, we'll try that one. just go through. And what else? Coors. Yep, we'll try that one. And Pilsner. Yep, they go and they'd buy probably $100 worth of that mixed alcohol. Then we go home and we rate them. We sit there and go, oh, that one tastes shit. We have a whiteboard on the fridge. What are we going to give that out of 10? Fucking 2.
That sounds fun.
One was called Elephant. Mooseheads was another one, and Elephant Beer was the one. We opened Elephant Beer, had a swig of that, and he goes, oh, that was garbage. We go, fuck that. And I tipped that one down the sink.
Then it would be bad to dump it out.
But we rarely threw it out, but that one was pretty hard. We drank most, and then but by the end of the taste test, they all fucking taste the same. So it didn't matter. But we ticked a few. We drank With Dog Bottle was good. Obviously, a Budweiser, and then it was all right for American beer. That's what we sort of chose out of the beers from the US. And then Western Australian beer is called Redback. That's nice. It's a wheat beer. You don't get bloated. So you drink and you don't get bloated, and then the carton's finished. So you go get another one. It's a Western Australian brewery in Matilda Bay. And it's a really nice beer, but because of the craft beer, it's like 63. It might be dearer now. Back then, it was like $50-$60 a carton, when your normal carton costs $30.
Oh.
But craft beers here now, they're usually about $60, $60 $70 a carton. And then your standard 30 cans here is like $50, or you buy a 2-pack for $100 type of thing, or $54 for 30 cans.
I don't know.
Ours, the craft is about anywhere from $6 to $9
just for one
beer. Yeah,
but like if you get a 6-pack of it, what is it? It's like $18, isn't it?
something. It's more. Yeah,
More than that.
oh well, it's expensive.
Yeah.
It's not cheap.
No, it's not. It's not cheap at all.
Have you ever tried to make your own, Smitty?
No, not me. I'm too impatient.
I thought about it.
I tap it and then I go, when can we drink it?
It's aged for an hour. Yeah.
As a kid, when I was a kid, like I'm talking young, like 5 or 6, I remember old man had his home brew downstairs, and he used to have ginger beer as well. Homemade ginger beer. That's so nice.
Yeah.
And, I think no doubt, obviously, he made alcoholic ginger beer too, but it was even, he'd make a batch, and every now and then you'd go down, and the obviously had too much sugar or yeast or whatever, and some of them would pop because in long neck bottles, the lids would pop off it because weren't done right sometimes, and where we lived too in Canberra, underneath the house was double brick, and it was nicely chilled, so it was like a cellar's anyway. So he had a real good setup, and obviously being a kid back then, I could only touch the ginger beer, but you go, these ones here are ginger beer, don't touch them ones. Mum, can I have a drink like this? And I'd carry the long neck in. But I started drinking at a very young age. Like, I got photos of me stealing nappies, drinking the dregs out of the 750 long neck bottle. Of
Really?
the DA Rash's bottle, which is like that silver can I have. They still make it, but it's very dear now because it's not in the mainstream. It's sort of nearly $60 a carton for 24 cans.
Wow.
Well, that's Rash's Pilsner. Nice drop. But because it's not in the mainstream, they tried to make it a craft beer one year, and the price went up and it stayed there. So they that's hard to get and costs too much. But every now and then I'll lash out and buy a carton, special occasion, and they don't last long.
Yeah. Well, I'll get those growlers from that Rails Inn that we like to go to.
Yeah.
They don't stay around very long either. I'm like, I'll keep them for a week or so.
They're about 3 or 4 glasses in that, and then you like those black and tan with the Guinness and the
beer candy.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not a stout person. Like, even though, like, when it's St. Patrick's Day and all that, they all drink your Guinness and shit like that. I can't bring myself to. I've tried a black beer. It has got a lot of flavour, but it just seems wrong to me. Only because I'm used to drinking your bitters and your pilsners and everything else.
Yeah.
But
the coffee stout. I like the coffee stouts, oatmeal stouts. Yeah.
with that blood orange.
My wife has got a 4-pack in there. She bought me probably fucking 10, 12 months ago. It's a coffee beer.
Pour me one.
Yeah. I'm nearly, I got 2 mouthfuls. I'll go get one. Yeah. I love you all. That dry July, I gave up drinking for 2.5 months, and I put 4 kilos on because I was just eating shit. I wasn't eating shit. I drank fucking fruit juice like it was going out of fashion, like 3 to 2 liters a day or every couple of days. So I was swigging on that and eating sultanas and dried fruit, but I still put 4 kilos on because wasn't the habit of drinking is gone, and I was like, what can I do now? Then when it come to July, I sort of got past that bit, put the 4 kilos on, then the dry July, I lost that 4 kilos by the end of it. And then it was like, you beauty, I can fucking drink again. Like the last week was like, I was so snapping at the bit for a beer. I'm going, fuck this. I'm not doing it again. I'm just
Didn't you say that last year?
Yeah, I'm just gonna drink. I just want to drink, but it was worth it. I raised over $300, so it made me reach my goal, and it was for cancer and all that. So
yeah,
but I don't think I'll do it next year because I just put too much weight on, and then when I did lose it, it was like fucking. That was just torture to put 4 kilos on and to lose it again. So.
Wow. He said that last year, though. No, I'm proud of you, Smitty, because I always try to join you every July, and I'm like,
yeah,
you have more willpower than me.
The willpower was that probably 2-3 weeks ago, I had $150 already donated, so I really had to sort of stick with it, and then. Once it finished, it was like what Roger says here, full of sugar, Smitty, the beer would have been better. And that's exactly right. And like I was drinking 2 to 3 litres for every cup of that, probably 5 or 6 litres of orange juice every 2 or 3 days. I'd buy a 2 litre, and at work when I was thirsty, I'd take a swig. And it just put the 4 kilos on. I was eating sultanas and not dried fruit. And,
yeah, because that's
not eating pretty healthy, like not really changing, but when everything's just full of sugar, natural sugar, and like, fuck that. Give me beer. there's a meal in every can, they say. So I got.
That's right. That's right.
I got a couple more meals left in there. Right, I'll jump on the next one. This is the new question. It's what advice would you give your 15-year-old you? Like, what advice would you give yourself when you were 15?
Don't get married when you're 18.
To help you grow. Yeah. Don't do this. Yeah.
Probably pursue education,
Yeah. I know. Mucking around and fucking around is pretty good too, but
that or try and pursue your goals early, Try and come up with a goal earlier on.
Hurry up and do shit, because your body's going to break down and you're not going to be able to do it when you get older.
That's a good one, Kaz. Like when you're young and that, you sort of you take that for granted. Like everyone says, you grow up really quick, and as you know, getting older, it speeds up. It gets quicker. The years go you're in your rut, or not your rut, you're in your everyday routine.
Right.
And the years go quicker. Like, fuck, I'm 50, I'm 40, I'm 30. Yeah. And, now I'm like 50 years old, and you're thinking, you really make 100, so there's not another 50 years left. So it's very short.
Well, we even talk about, like, it's kind of sad, but if we're going for a long ride or something, we both will pop a couple Advil just because, you know what I'm saying? Your bodies can't handle it anymore. And so I wish if I could do it, I would have done more of this stuff, riding or the fun stuff and I think you worry less when you're younger. So I think. Oh yeah, you don't give a fuck when you're younger.
No,
it's just like, you're bulletproof.
Usually you can bounce around and just doesn't bother you.
Now you see a pothole in the road, you're like.
Exactly right. You just take the next day for granted. Like, I got tomorrow. So, but then like old saying, tomorrow never comes. So. But this is a good one. Roger's got advice for 15: get in the middle earlier. Exactly right.
Yeah.
And this is another one true. Like probably at 15, you rarely listen to advice anyway.
That's just it. You pretty much do your own thing at that age, anyways.
Exactly right. Stop chasing bad girls.
No one can tell you anything, right?
The bad girls. Oh.
Or dumb blondes with big tits. It's always like textbook. You're going out, Dad. Yep, right. I remember. Or what? Yeah, dumb blood with big tits. Yeah, right. Okay, no worries. But no, I thought that was a good one. Like,
yeah,
you always they won't, like Rob's right. They don't fucking listen. But what advice I'd give myself would be exactly that. Like, don't put things off. Like, do it now. Like, if you're going to do it, do it. Don't be. And I made in myself. I never wanted to be a gunner. Like, I'm going to do that later. I'm going to do that tomorrow. Or I'm going to get around to it. Sure. I want to sort of do it there and then. But in a way, I have sort of fallen into that rut. It's like, oh, I'm going to get to that later in some regards. But I definitely made a boundary, like, where I have that rule working. Well, I'm not going to be a gunner. I'm going to go do that. I'll do it now type thing. But then you get ones like, you're going to put the garbage out. No, fuck that. I'll do that later. Or I was like, I've got to get another carton of beer. Bang, you fucking go and do it, you know?
Right.
Well, then once you finally do it, you're like, man, I should have done that a long time ago. You actually feel good about it.
You're like,
yeah, exactly right. Like, and I noticed a lot of people saying it, and all the vloggers, like, just, like, buy the damn bike and get out and do it. I'm kicking myself, my trail bike. I still haven't been on that for a while. I'm yet to do videos for it, but I want to. The hardest thing is Corey's got the ute. It's his car. It's rarely in the driveway. He's 24 years old, and he's so-called got a girlfriend or whatnot, so he's rarely home. So the car's not there, so I can't get the bike to the bush. But they will happen, and they'll bring up some good footage and all that, because there's plenty of good bush tracks around here. And I mainly want to do it so I can scout around tracks to go four-wheel driving for future videos and stuff.
Nice.
And with the Harley side of things, like, I'm hanging around Barker, and 12 months is nearly up, so possibly maybe a supporter soon, just depending on the time once it ticks over 12 months. And then hardest thing with that, when they got rides and that, you can't film because of the kids, so you got to keep that on the down low. But
right.
They do rides here and there, and then you can film and stuff like that. So I did that mainly to help the kids out and to go to court and all that for them. But then also to make you get on the bike and ride to Newcastle. Newcastle's 2 hours away from here, so whenever they got something on, I've got 2 hours of riding before I get there, and then do what I got to do. So it's a big ask, but the way I see it, the bike's just sitting there, so you want to get out and make yourself go and do it. So
right.
That's back to the question. Like, you don't put it off. Just do what you got to do and go and do it when you can.
Well, do you even think about that, like, now? Like, I do. I'm like, might as well do it now, because in 10 years from now, I might not be able to do it. Or
no, exactly right. I'm more so now than ever. Like, because like you ticked over the 50. Like I said before, you're not going to make 100.
Right.
So, and you don't know what's going to happen. So
you won't be on a chopper at 100, right?
No, exactly right. So the rides are limited, or if so, I won't be fucking riding too far. But even riding around town every now and then, the bumps in the road are enough to fucking jar you back. And
I know.
And you go, oh, fuck, that's not good. But yeah, I should upgrade, but I got my dream bike and the bike I got, and the new bikes cost too much. Over here, like, they're 30, nearly 40 grand for the street glides and everything, with all the sails and everything else on it and whatnot. So because I did say to Mr. Smitty, said, if I get a street glide and whatnot with a big seat, cushion seat at the back where you sit in the lounge and I can bubble you, she goes, yeah, I'll be up for that. But then, like, when I looked into buying one, the price of them, like, in the high 30s, it's like, I can't afford that. Can't afford that at all.
I'll just keep the old one running.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I guess I got an old classic there now. It's 30 years old, so still going, and I do ride it. Well, it's not just sitting there. It's like they say, ride them, don't hide them. But you definitely get out and get amongst it. So, yeah, they just try not to be a gunner. Just make sure you do it. That's sort of always sort of lived by. And, Okay, we'll jump on the next question. What's your favorite thing to do yourself like? What is it? What's your favorite thing you yourself like and love about your channel? Like, what's your favorite thing that you do on your channel?
Because everybody thinks I'm funny.
Actually, meeting all the we meet a ton of people.
Well, even just like you, Smitty and Rob.
Yeah,
like, you guys are over there, and we've never met you, but you guys are family. Like,
no, exactly right.
Yeah,
and it's been great, and then when people make it our way or we make it their way, we just had a huge group come through on that world's largest poker run, and they made sure to look us up and told us where they were going to be at, and we met them here in Colorado, and then we met them again in Cheyenne on their way to Sturgis, and we just had a blast.
Yeah.
We met a lot of YouTubers and a lot of writers, and like Karen said, meeting, we wouldn't know you.
Yeah.
All these people.
And it's crazy because we talk to you often, and you are part of our family. Like, we love you, and we've never met you in person, but we're all, it's great. It's nice to have friends.
Yeah, it's exactly right. The hardest thing for us over here, like you guys, you got so many states and 53 states, 2 states or whatever, and you're all semi-close and whatnot. But if not, you can travel to see each other and all that, giving like the COVID thing. And then over here, Australia is a small country compared to the US, but it's really not. It's a fucking big country. Like Rob in Sydney, he's like, and the Sydney boys, like, they're 3 hours away. Then you got Central Coast boys, they're probably 2 hours away. Then you got Skid Pig, he's fucking 24 hours north up Townsville and Cairns, and Dundee, he's in Brisbane. So like, there's another 9-10 hours to Brisbane. Then you got obviously like Spike, he's Western Australia, so he's like fucking 5 days away. And then you got adventure. You got Outback Outlaw, and he's north of him. He's about another 5 hours north of him at New Broome and all that. So like, it is a big it's a big country. And like with Australia, obviously like the US, you got roads everywhere where you can scatter and go through your states and you can check out all your country. But in Australia, honestly, it's all desert. It's mainly all desert. You got the East Coast where we all live, where you got your plains and mountains and everything else. But once you get over that, it's all desert and dirt road. And when it's desert, I'm secluded. Like, the only way to get over Western Australia is either right up around the top, Darwin, or right around the bottom near Melbourne, South Australia, and then across to Perth to Western Australia. There's no real track road. There's no road going across through the centre or anything like that. It's all dirt road. There is tracks, but you need a camel, shitload of water, and God on your side, because it's that's what Australia's like. And the last 2 years I've been trying to put this meeting together, and it's only like 2.5 hours down the road and sort of central for everyone to get to.
Yeah.
Right.
But the COVID's it's fucked us up. And even now, like, me and Rob, we do want to get together and have a beer and a ride and others. And Too Easy does it. He's down in Kiama. He's a Wollongong way, another 3-4 hours away from here. And it's just hard to get there. And like with the lockdown and all that now, you're limited. You can't do anything. So it's just a test in time now. We're just waiting to see what this whole COVID and the injections and everything else is doing. Like, Australia's real bad because most of them are refusing to get the vaccines. But you guys all over there in the US and what they've done it, not a problem. But here, everyone's sort of anti, and they've had riots and everything else. And
really,
it's just they're all against it, and I don't understand it. But you got to get the vaccine to travel to go over the state lines and all that. Now it'll come to that. It'll come to where
I think that's what
if you want to go interstate, you're going to have a needle and a passport and just prove that you've been vaccinated and stuff.
Right,
so
right.
it's just the way of the times now, and there's people out there refusing it. Like even at work, we got a big toolbox meeting on Thursday, and the boss said who's vaccinated and all that, and is going to get vaccinated. He'll even pay you the 2 hours to go and get it done. That you're out of work, so he's going to spot your money, and even the ones that have been vaccinated, he'll still spot you 2 hours worth of wages that you got done. And there's some people at work are refusing it, and they're all against it. So each to their own. I understand that, but I honestly I don't understand it. But it's making it hard for the country to come out of lockdown. Like Sydney and Melbourne, they've been in lockdown for about 6 weeks, 5 to 6 weeks. Up here, we're lucky because on the mid-north coast in the country town. And like I said, we had one case in Foster on Thursday because I went to Newcastle and come back. And they're self-isolating, which is good. So they're staying at home for the 14 days to 2 weeks. And then hopefully we all should be sweet. But this new one, there's over 300 odd people getting diagnosed each day. Right. And also the other, just yesterday morning, there's 44 kids in the age under 9 getting diagnosed with the COVID as well. Really? So, yeah, it's pretty savage here at the moment. So the government's in disarray. They don't really know what to do, and us as people, we want to get out there and get it all done and sorted quickly because jobs are folding and businesses are folding, and that's what's happening over here at the moment. And back to the main part, like to go down to Sydney and ride with Rob and everyone else, we want to, but we can't because the government won't let us now. So
crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
But I hear what you're saying. Like, what's your favourite part? I think is the meeting people and all that, and like you guys are way over there, but class as friends and whatnot. And when you do travel, there's always a bed here, and then we can go riding and drink more.
Yeah.
And everything else.
It really has been great meeting everybody. You know, even if it's like this, it's a lot of fun, and we've had a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, Chew's got ears. Was it 4,000 k's from east to west, thereabouts? 386 from north to south. That's like north to south up the east coast, and 4,000 k's from like Melbourne to Perth, I'm guessing. And well, that's a Pfizer. That's injection. 8 weeks in Sydney and Central Coast, and this is like 390 odd cases. That was yesterday. That's the highest we've had. Normally it's been around 100 or 80 or whatever, but then it just jumped up when they had the riots or protests in Sydney. They'd protest in there, and then it jumped up to 100, 110, 150, 200, 28, now 390, and that's sort of the highest we've had. And I was 9 weeks in lockdown. Rob's been so.
Wow.
I know, and I keep watching it. He keeps posting stuff. I feel bad for you guys. I mean, it could come this way again. You don't know, but
this is a good question. How long did it take you guys to sort of get back to normality, like after lockdown? Were you guys in lockdown, or you sort of out on the skirts of it?
Well, we were locked down for twice. We got locked down. I think, what was it, 3 months each time?
Yeah, but it wasn't, I mean,
not like what you guys.
Not like a true lockdown.
Because we could still go to like restaurants and stuff, but
you just had to have your mask
But there for a while, you couldn't go inside of a restaurant.
Yeah.
But even so I work for the school district, and I'm going back to work. So the only thing right now that they're really mandating is masks. So like a lot of businesses are having you wear masks.
Yeah.
But other than that, everything right now, so probably total was like 1.5 years for us, right? About 1.5 years for us to get back to somewhat, whatever you call normal now.
Yeah. New South Wales and Melbourne and Queensland now, you've got to wear masks in the public domain or going shopping or in the shopping centres or even in town. When you're back at home, you can take it off or in your own car. But if you got someone in your car that's not of the family, you both have to wear masks as you're driving. And then that's only come this last month, like end of July, start of the month, like the last 3 weeks, and it's all because of the whole New South Wales outbreak and the Sydney being in lockdown. It's just spreading, like it's going out west, out the country, and because people aren't doing the right thing. There was two females went from Sydney to Melbourne. We heard on the radio, on the news, so it's obviously it's allegedly because the media they stretch things and whatnot. But two of them went to Melbourne from Sydney and they were infected, and they're isolating now in a motel room or whatever else. But and they got $5,500 fines each. But in a way, really, that's sort of not enough because they're still doing it. But we just got people that like I said, that are refusing to get the vaccines, which is probably not half or a third of the country. And then with the infection, it's just making it slower for everyone to get back to normal.
Yeah. Well, a lot of the stuff here is voluntary now.
Yeah,
it's
the mask.
They lifted the restriction, and most of it's voluntary now.
Yeah, because like grocery stores or whatever, they say you can't, like, if you haven't been vaccinated, please wear your mask. But most people here are not wearing masks.
Yeah, it is hard because, like, obviously now here it's mandatory to sort of have your mask on because of the rule and whatnot. But I understand people that are refusing mainly because they're forced to get the injection, and they're worried about that there hasn't been enough study into the vaccines and all that and after effects. But the worst one over here is the AZ. You do get, if you got a history of blood clots, you're not advised to take that one. But at the start, that's sort of when you had that one and another one, so 2 vaccines to choose from. But now we've got another 2 coming, so we've got 4 types of vaccines that they can mix together. But there's still not enough for the people that are here. But anyway, obviously time will tell. And we're just stuck and people are in lockdowns. And
so are they saying how much longer for you guys? Do you be in lockdown or?
Well, they're hoping before Christmas and sort of November-ish, but before, like later on, they were hoping before August, and then before the end of August. But it's looking like November to Christmas. So who knows? It just depends how many people are going to go get them and the cases if they're going to drop down. But okay, well, enough of drama and depression now. Next question is it's a tattoo one. Let's go. Where's the start? Here it comes. It says
that's a long one.
It is a long one. I must have fucking took ages to type that one. Tattoos. What's your first? Tell us a story about getting it or getting your tattoo. What's your favorite tattoo type or favorite type, black and grey or color? If you have not got tattoos, if you have no tattoos, then what made you not get any thus far?
Go ahead.
This is funny. That's a good question.
It is a good question. See, but I don't change the questions too much because it digs up a lot of conversation. So that's why I added the other one. And you only learn as you go and mix it up.
So who do you think has a tattoo? One of us doesn't.
One of us doesn't. Well, naturally, I'd say probably you wouldn't have the tattoo. But I'll put
misadventure.
So Mark doesn't have any.
Yeah, I don't have any. Karen has some, and then but as far as preference, I like the I don't know what you want to call it, the black the gray. I like those. I've got friends that have those, and then that's the type I like without the color.
Yeah.
If I was to get one, it'd probably be that. I know our son has some too, and he's got some of the black and gray, and I just like the way that they look. Just haven't got one because I don't know. I always worry about. I might think it's neat now, but then later not like it or.
You don't like needles.
That, but I do like them. I mean, I've seen some really nice. You see some nice artwork out there. But like I said, especially like that, like the black and gray.
Yeah.
But
I like the colored ones though. He does it. I actually like the black and gray ones with just a little bit of color in them.
Yeah.
So, because my son's got his arm done, and so I've been asking him because I kind of want to get a sleeve, and I would like to get it like black and gray, but just with like some color in it. I think would be cool. But all the tattoos I have are all color. So, where's my ladybug? I got one there. The kids always see it. They're like, "Oh, that's a cute ladybug." That's my whole back left side. Smitty's covered in tattoos. So
yeah, that's
she can't show you those.
I mean, I
could. We're all family.
Smitty's like, go ahead.
Because you got what you got.
I got a fairy,
frogs, what else?
Lily pads, and dragonfly. So I had my dragonfly done twice because originally I showed it to his friend and he kept teasing me because he said it looked like a mosquito. So I went back and had it redone.
He's like, why you got that mosquito on there? It's supposed to be a dragonfly.
How many you got, Smitty?
Oh,
everywhere. Do you know how many tattoos you have?
No, I haven't got too many. I got ankle band, my shoulder blade. I got a wild pig buster now. That was my first one, and I remember the story of me going to get the first one. My parents are real strict, like they're old school, and I respect them and all that. So I wasn't 25 when I got my first tattoo, and obviously in a spot where I could fucking hide it.
Hang on, I got it.
You're right.
We got a mini Aussie. He takes after Smitty.
Yeah.
So what did your parents say? Or you were kind of older?
Oh, that's a funny thing. I got the tattoo wild pig busting out, and then when I went to the to the tattooist to get it done, it was a lesbian fucking tattoo artist. And,
right.
I walked in there and said, "Look, where's the book?" I said, "I like this." I busted it out, but instead of being a panther and a tiger or whatever, can you make it a wild pig, like a boar? She goes, "Yeah, right. Sure, I can do that." And he goes, "Well, come next week. We'll book you in. We'll get it done." So week on, and my mate went and got his done before Christmas. He went to a dive tattoo joint in the Civic in Canberra, and he got an eagle on his arm just to cover up a scar he had. And the bloke's bottle top, smoke, hygiene was fucking. He got his done. We walked out of there and go, "Fuck, man, I'm not getting it done here." So, obviously, that's one thing. Cleanliness is it's a must for like tattoos. Are always going to be. But this one was all top notch. There was only a shopping centre on the other side of Mitchell, another suburb in Canberra. And you walk in there, there's no flash prints on the screen, on the wall. You just got the tattoo chair and the floor. And you walk in, hey, her name was D Access Machine or something like that was the name of the studio. I said, "Here's your print tattoo." And she had the transfer, which obviously it was only the line work. And I've looked at it and I've gone, right. And he goes, "Okay, rip your shirt off. We'll put it on and see how it looks." Yeah, okay. But put it on. It was just like it was only lines of the outline of the pig and the flesh tear and the pig on it.
Right.
And she goes, "Right, you ready?" I'm like, "Yeah." And I'm thinking, "Fuck, what's this going to turn out like?" Because it looked all right, just the line, but you just had no idea what it was going to come out like. And it was like she was painting. She was brilliant. She did it. But I'm sitting there and she's going, and you felt it going, and you're thinking, "Oh, fuck, there you go. Right, I've done it now." I'm getting the tattoo type of thing. But it took 4 hours and it got tender because she started to go, the tusk was the last bit she was doing. You're going over the same spot all the time. But she goes, "What colour you want the pig?" Sort of said, "Oh, probably like a grey, mustardy, browny type of colours." "Yep, no worries." And because it's like pig's hair, like a hairy pig.
Right.
And she was virtually painting it while she was going.
Wow.
And I won't cover it up because it is an old tattoo now, but I won't cover it up just for the reason that it was the one I've set. There was no touch ups. It's just like bang, she went in, tattooed it on, virtually like painting. And like, thanks very much for coming. And here's $240. Where you go?
Right.
Like, okay. Then the other side of things, it took probably 3.5 years before my oldies found out. We were out shooting one time, and we were going through the bush, and we got these little black ticks all over us. My brothers and my old man. He goes, "Go on, we've got to check each other, make sure we don't get any ticks." And my brother's lifting his shirt up. You know, "Oh, you fucking tattooed, you bastard!" Like, here we go, like this. I knew we got to check each other and going, "Fuck, here we go." And like, then he's like, "You tattooed, you bastard!" And he's pulled it down. I look at the old man's going, just don't show your mother. That was it. So after that, it was all good. And then I got an ankle band with my son's names and all that, and their star signs. And when I came here, I got a flesh tear around it as well because it improved. I wasn't sort of 100% with it, happy. And then once I got the flesh tear around it, it was like your skin's peeled back, revealing your son's names and the star signs, ankle band around your ankle. Then obviously that one, Blink 182, that's the real personal one. That one, that's Kirsty's brother. He's committed suicide in 03. And
Right.
Blink 182 was a band that we're all into, and we just plugged the music and whatnot, and
Right.
that's why we got that. Kirsty ended up getting 2 tattoos. She hates needles, but she got tattoos on her foot, remembrance for a brother.
Right.
She got the first one, butterflies and whatnot, and the other side she got feathers and whatnot on her brother's 40th so-called birthday, but he died when he was 27.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah. Well, then that one, and that's my old man. He got prostate cancer, and I got me Jimmy Smith. I got that put in there. They did that first, the color, and then the Harley logo.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
and then the same tattooist, I went back the week later, and he did the grey wash, which is your black and grey, your grey
Right.
wash.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
kind of like the gray.
Yeah,
Cool.
and I want to finish the shoulder, but I don't want to mess that up. So I'm actually thinking of moving it from this shoulder and putting it on that, because I was going to do a whole sleeve, but because it's going to be 2 different tattoos, and artists and whatnot, or I might leave it to the shoulder, say. And I got Cronulla Sharks logo when they won the premiership on my chest. And then that's about it. So was it 1, 2? Yeah, about 7 or 8, something like that.
Yeah.
A few dollars.
Well, you've thought about it a couple times, though, huh?
Yeah. If I did, it'd probably be something I drew myself. Like my son, some of his, he actually drew himself and took.
Yeah,
it.
that's kind of cool.
And
Yeah, these are all my tattoos have got been, and then obviously the wife's name on my thumb.
oh, okay, yeah.
And just there was a space there, and I went in there, and we were there.
Oh, nice.
Kirsten, and then, but yeah, the grey wash that turned out real good.
Yeah,
But,
I like that.
I am planning to get the. Oh, Roger's about to go. So yeah, man, if you got to go to work, I think he's taking off.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, huh?
Oh no, it's Rob. Rob's got to go take off.
No,
Take care, Rob.
Yeah. Still good. It usually does take a half hour. We only got a couple questions left, I think, anyway. So it's usually about right.
Yeah, we like talking to Smitty.
Yeah, that's it. And like I said, all my tattoos have got meaning. Obviously, like a Harley, and then the old man with his prostate, and my son's name. The first one was Mad Pig Shooter and Hunter and Camper, like with my parents, and that was the first one that I got. So, and the rest of the year got meaning. But the next one I want to get though is probably won't have any meaning. It'd be skulls and all that, entwining all this together, or it'd be on this side, just depending on what we're going to come up with.
Right.
How old were you when you got your first tattoo, Smitty?
25.
Oh,
Yeah, I got, like I said, my oldies are real strict and all that, and just made sure I had a decent artist and clean tattoo studio to go to. I was really
That was smart.
I did a lot of study, did a lot of sussing out what I was going to go to South Coast Tattooing, but ended up getting it done in Canberra, one of the shops there.
Right.
Yeah, Shark, please. Yeah, I know, mate. We're going fuck this year. Anyway. Next question is a simple one. What's the main thing to do on your bucket list?
Oh, there's a loaded question.
I'd probably like to do a long ride. They're talking about putting together an event with the Route 66 from Chicago to California here in the United States, and the same guy that did the world record poker run is kind of
The Badgers.
Yeah, the Badgers are kind of kicking around the idea of putting that together, because most people won't necessarily do it on their own, or they want to be with some other people, so they're talking about putting that ride together. So I think that would be something I'd like to do.
Yeah.
Or do just a big ride, because most of the rides that Karen and I do are smaller rides, and it'd be nice to do one, long.
Yeah,
ride.
good tour.
Yeah, cross country or whatever, and I think travel. I think that's the same with.
Well, Australia is definitely on our bucket list because we both talked about we've never been there. Well, you have, haven't you? Were you in the military?
Yeah,
No.
but I didn't go there.
Oh,
We both would like to visit Australia. That's another one.
But I've never done. What's the farthest thing I've gone? 300 mile on the bike.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe
the shorter
250.
rides.
So I've never done a long ride on my bike. So I would like to.
Well, like you guys say, like 300 miles, like in Australia, that's like 600 k's. That's still a fucking long ride.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on who you talk to. Like some people, you say 300 miles, and they're like, that's just a starter for them,
Well, that's
that's about what we like to do. We like to do.
I have ADHD. I can't stay focused that long.
I've noticed.
we like to do the day trips,
Yeah.
And there's so much to be that's really actually where we're at.
Yeah.
That's another thing.
That's true.
You don't have to go that far to really see some beautiful territory. So
it's like with that Iron Butt Challenge. I've thought about doing that fucking so many times, but over here we just haven't got the highways like you do. Like we could do it, but there's no way you do it in time.
Right.
Because 3 hours south, and you got to go through Sydney, and then they'll hold you up. And even if you drove there all the way down to Melbourne and back, you'd still have to sort of do that twice. And you'd be lucky to do it in time. And then if you went north up to Brisbane, you get to Brisbane in 9 hours, then you still got to sort of turn around and come back and then go through a city. So we haven't got the roads and highways like you guys do over there to do all the. You see all these people doing the iron butts, and quite easy. But in Australia, I haven't looked at one riding down to Sydney, sort of near Gosford on the highway, turning around and coming back, and then scooting up to as far as Coffs Harbour, because Coffs Harbour gets a bit secluded. And I worked out to do that, it was only a certain amount of Ks, like miles or kilometres, but I worked out I have to do that about 3 or 4 times. So you'd be riding up and down the highway, past home one, and you go past home.
There it goes again.
And then past home another time, and then past home, and then bang, you done your 160, fucking 5 or 30 kilometre, 1,000 miles fucking trip. In all honesty, like in Australia, it's so hard to do. And if people do it, then good on them. But in all honesty, it's like very hard, and we haven't got the roads like you do, what guys do over there to do the Iron Butt Challenge.
Yeah, because we're like right off a couple of the main highways. Literally, you could jump on and go as far as you want.
I think pretty much any state, though. Yeah, you can just
jump on and go.
That's true.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, I've been studying it. Even I thought if I go down the coast and then come up Brown Mountain and back to Canberra and then up the Hume Highway, just back of Sydney and then up here, and you loop around, then you still only have to do 300 k's or go north and back. But then you're going through cities where you're going to lose time. And like these guys on the highways, they're doing their 120 k's or 100 mile an hour at whatever pace, and the time's ticking over where they can stop and have lunch and a rest and whatnot.
Is that 1,000 miles in 24 hours? Is that how?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, exactly. 1,000 miles in 24 hours, and like
I'd die.
Yeah, I'd probably fall asleep on the bike. I tell you, anyway.
Right.
Yeah, definitely be some fatigue going on there.
Yeah, but like I said, I worked it out, and I'd have to drive past home fucking 3 or 4 times to even be in the vicinity of it. So I thought, nah, too hard basket.
So what's the longest trip that you've taken?
Man, I've ridden from here to Ulladulla on my bike, which that's 6 hours. That's like probably sounds like nothing because you guys do 300 miles all the time.
Yeah, sounds like about 300 miles. Yeah,
that's nearly a 300 mile. It's like 600 odd k's down to Ulladulla and back. It's a 6 hour ride. 3 hours to Sydney, through Sydney, then 3 hours the other side of Sydney and back. So that's like it's just under 600 k's down and back type of thing. So that's over a weekend. So you ride down, have the weekend, and ride back home. So it's sort of two trips at 600 odd k's. So which is just 300 miles. So virtually just the same as you guys.
Yeah.
right.
Like I said, the roads aren't. Other than that, you could zip down to Melbourne, and that's down the Hume Highway. It's probably the closest thing you can do, and you'd probably do that in 10 hours, the 15, which would probably nearly be 600 k's in the one go type of thing.
Huh.
Yeah. Anyway, the final question. Here we go. We made it. Future plans for your channel this year, or what should we keep an eye out for?
I think we'd like to do some more. We'd like to do kind of like the comedy type stuff or funny stuff, bike related, but still.
We kind of feel bad that we've fallen out of that.
Yeah, trying to get back more on a regular schedule, and then trying to get back into some more of the. We like to be, we like to make people laugh,
and that was kind of the start of the whole COVID thing, because we're like, well, because everybody was in lockdown, you feel bad, and we're like, we want to just make people laugh because they have nothing else to do,
Yeah.
But and then we got the slingshot. So part of my plan was, I still haven't done it. Have you ever watched, what was that? Karaoke in cars or? Oh yeah,
where the kind of like where you would take a guest out, on the slingshot.
So I'd like to hook up our helmets, which I bought another helmet, but take somebody out in the slingshot and just like kind of like what you're doing now, but like ask them stupid questions and see what the response would be. Kind of a comedic thing. So I would like to do that eventually someday, and then probably a long road trip. I would like to do that on our channel at some point.
That would be. There's a lot of good material on these road trips when we hook up with people.
Yeah,
it's a go.
Because like the Stevies, they are only 6 or 7 hours from us. Yeah. So we keep talking about maybe doing that trip. We would like to go visit them. They're just a state over from us, or.
Visit some more YouTubers and maybe film it, and then
I would like to do the trip up to Canada someday.
Yeah, talking about going up to Canada and
military bikers up there, and
there's just so many people we'd like to meet, and
so maybe a couple long trips, huh?
Yeah, maybe film a long
some
trip.
More funny stuff. What do you want to see, Smitty? What would you like to see?
All that.
we like to have fun with it, so I think we like to get back. More.
That's the main thing. It's got to come back to like the fun. You got to enjoy doing it. If you don't enjoy doing it and it becomes a chore, then step back a few weeks or two, and then get back into it again later. It is hard to keep it all going and like clockwork. I find for me, like even putting the video out each week, one a week is is too hard to do because
Well, I think that's what we were doing for.
We were doing 2 a week there.
1 or 2 a week for a while, and then after a while,
yeah, trying to do 1 a week. But now I've sort of made that little short video that I do, like what's going on Wednesday. I'll do a short video, what's coming up and whatnot. And like I said, that'll be every fortnight or every 3 weeks. It won't be weekly, but at least you'll know what's coming and what's in the pipes and what's working.
That's a good idea too. We thought about maybe doing some shorter stuff too, where it's not so long, or which is
it's nice too, because I don't know if you feel that way, but sometimes I think people don't really watch our stuff anyways. So it's like, because I'm like, I'll do something once a month or whatever, but people's been asking, they're like, we miss you guys, we want you back on there. So then you feel bad, you're like, I guess I gotta start doing more stuff.
Kind of a balance, but yeah.
But like that kind of goes back to what we were talking about, because we kind of are connected. We're kind of family that way. It's like watching your favorite TV series, So you're like, Smitty's on again. I get to watch Smitty,
Yeah, exactly right. And there's so much four-wheel drive footage, but like I keep saying, I'm trying to even it up. Like I know we're going full driving now, and I'm not really taking the camera. The simple fact that I know I've got so much in the bank. And if it is good, then I'll just do it on the phone, and I'll put a short video for that week. What's going on that weekend. Yeah, what's happened that weekend type of video, catch up that way. But then mainly I want to get more bike stuff out there, because at the moment, for me, the way I see it, it's just mainly all being full driving and camping, which is fine and people enjoy it, but I still want to 50-50 marry it up a bit. I still like to try and
I think it's nice to see the other stuff too, see what else other people do, like you did 4-wheel or whatever. I think that's nice too.
Because we like to see what's going on in your world. That's why we watch it, because we're interested in what's going on with you, and some people, I guess, because we've heard them say, if it's a motorcycle channel, it needs to stay a motorcycle channel, but
we kind of like the variety.
I like watching your 4-wheel drive stuff and the variety, so I guess just do you, right? Make yourself happy.
Yeah, exactly right. And like I said, there's in a rut before, mainly a simple fact is just had no time to do the editing and put the video out. You got that pressure of trying to put a video out each week or every fortnight, but I got it. And because I still do the lives once every month. Like it always be around the 13th or thereabouts, depending on where it falls during the week and the weekend, which is good. And then the videos and the bikes and everything else on top of that as well, just slot in there. It's editing time just takes so long. Like for a fucking 10-minute, 15-minute video, you're doing it for like half the day or 2 days even, especially if you're pedantic and sort of a bit of a fucking, you try and be a perfectionist in your own mind, but till it's up to your quality that you like to put out, you really it takes a fucking long time. Sometimes it takes a week of editing just to put a half-hour fucking video out, or 20-minute video. But we all and we all know, we all put videos out there where there's a fault, and you just go, "Oh fuck, I could do that better," or I should have done this, or I knew I should have fucking got that bit out, or fuck, I've put that in twice, and things like that. But then it's like they're watching it.
Forgot to flip the video.
Yeah, sometimes we forget to flip the video or something. It's reversed. Or
Mark will watch it. He's like, "You didn't flip the video." I'm like, "Fuck." I gotta go pull it back down before.
The worst one is like you watch it and goes, "Fuck, that's shaky. Should I stabilize it?" Yeah, no, I'll stabilize it. And then sometimes you do that and you add music to it, and if you do it wrong, it'll won't line up. So you have to fucking redo it all. So then you get the stage, you clean that up and get it all fixed. Then you go load it. Yep, done. Submit it. Then you go, "Fuck, I didn't stabilize the video," and it's fucking all shaky.
I know. Or bug lands like right there on your lens, and it's there the whole time. You're like, really? That was some good video, and there's a bug stuck on your camera. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Or a water spot. I've done that too. You've done a water one, and you pull it up, and you got to drop right on the fucking lens. It's like you got a bug eye and you can't see properly.
Or the camera was sitting too low or something. Yeah, a couple times.
Oh yeah, because we went out to Missouri and met Ozarks and all them, and for some reason, my camera that day was just tilted enough where all you saw was my gas tank. I was like, are you kidding me?
I've done that too. Yeah.
Ride.
And another time I had that chest one on. I thought the first time I'll try that and put it on, and then I had me dryzer bone wrapped around the handlebars on the. So you're driving along for 10 minutes, and all you're looking at's me fucking dryzer bone on the steering wheel.
I know, right?
I was like,
Well, hopefully you guys don't have all that flooding this year, huh?
Hopefully that's all done and dusted. It's wrecked the tracks out bush. Everything's all changed again, and all the campsites are shut. And now that the COVID's all gone pretty ballistic, it's they're not opening it up. The bridges are washed out, and they're not fixing them in some areas. So you got to find tracks around, and the national parks are getting very lazy, and they're just shutting roads off and not fixing it. And state forests, they're doing their best. They sort of try and help you out. State forest, you can sort of free camp and all that wherever you want to. But the national parks, you got to pay for everything. And then all the camping areas, they log off and make it nice and green and whatnot, but you can't go and camp there because they fence off all the car park areas and you can't get your car there to camp anyway. So that, in all honesty, they don't want you to camp there. They say it's a campsite and whatnot, and then they just minimise it and your access, and you pay $30 or $15 to camp there if you can. And then, like some parks are good, some national park where we did that holiday up and down the coast, it was all good. You do find some good spots, but the real ones that are out bush, like where creeks and waterfalls and all that are, they only really want you there to have a picnic during the day and not stay overnight.
So when you go camping, Smitty, how far away do you go? Like, how far is it from your place?
Well, in all honesty, we can be in bush 5 minutes. Like,
really?
Yeah. Well, Curry's a little country town. Like, it takes 5 minutes from one end to the other on the bike or the car. Or it's only like 8 k's from north to south of the little town. But then the Manning Valley, it's a valley, and like you will see it with all my footage. There's so many lookouts and waterfalls we've got here and that I've got to edit. And you're in the bush like 15 minutes up the road, and then you and you can also hardcore forward drive in like 10 minutes from home. Like,
that's nice.
Yeah.
So are you like country or mountain?
Oh, mountain and country, and then also up the top of the plains. You can go up the top there and look around at all the lookouts and everything else. And it is a nice spot. Like, I grew up in Ulladulla. Ulladulla is a beautiful spot for like coastal. On the coastal, I think Ulladulla's south coast has got it over. The beaches and all that have got it over the north side of Sydney, north beaches where we are. Mm-hmm. But it is warmer up here. But with the bush and lookouts and mountains and waterfalls and everything else, I think the north coast has got it over the south coast. Simple fact is, in the south coast, it's more rainforest and not as much tracks as in like valleys and whatnot. It's more bush, whereas up you've got your bush and everything, but the valleys are bigger and there's more river systems, and it's mid north coast is a good spot, nice spot though. We've been here 20 years now. Like, we moved up here in 2001, and it's 21. So,
wow,
yeah, longest I've been in one spot, I tell you.
We've
been here about the same amount of time. Yeah, we used to live in a small mountain town. It was like the same way, huh? You could probably go through the whole town in 5 minutes. It was the same way. You could go 4-wheeling or whatever, but that was when we lived in the mountains. It was nice. It was almost year-round winter, though. So
yeah, it was.
So we had to move down.
Roger says I should speak.
That's funny.
Well, it'd be 10 minutes into it, and I'll be swearing all the time. I'll be drunk. I'll have to get another carton. All right, guys, that's it. Thanks very much. I think we'll call it that.
All right. Well, thank you for having us on, and.
Not a problem. Thanks everyone in the chat for hanging around. There's 16.
Thank you guys.
And it's been great. All the Aussie supporters there. I've seen Road Rash pop his head in. That was only a few minutes ago, but obviously you've seen us on the last question, so you didn't hang around.
Yeah, and I want to see more of your camping stuff, Smitty. I'm excited to see that. So
Oh,
I
yeah.
like it.
Yeah, no, there's plenty of that coming. I'm just gonna have to make it probably Monday, Tuesday or something during the week at night time just to put the laptop on the dining room table and get stuck in and start editing.
I feel you. I know how you. I got stuff on my phone in GoPro that needs to be edited. I just haven't had time yet. So
actually, my laptop's nearly full. My young fella said the other day, Dad, you're gonna have to get a terabyte fucking hard drive to store all your shit on it. I said, oh, really? And I do. There's all the videos that I've done, I've got them all stored in done YouTube videos, and then all your excess footage, and then plus your music, I've got them all in files. And it's only for YouTube. I don't use it for anything else.
Right.
And it's getting full. So I'm gonna have to get a hard drive and do like he said.
Well, we love you, Smitty. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, same.
Thanks for doing that.
And someday we'll be out there, or you'll be here,
sure.
or something. But
Rob, you're flying to Sydney, and Rob and all that, they're all in Sydney, and I'm only 3 hours north. So,
all right, yeah. I think we're going to make it happen one of these days.
Yeah, you and
Rob and
Ice
Spike's on the other side, but
Outback.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we want to come out there. So,
yeah, for sure. Not a problem. Well, thanks very much.
You're welcome, sir.
All right, take care.
Cheers, guys. Road rash is taking that again. Oh, my YouTube stuff is external terabyte. Yeah, well, that's what I'm going to have to get too, mate.
That's what I do.
That's what Karen does, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, guys, we'll call it.
Okay.
Cheers, everyone. And there's Peaches. Thanks, Peaches, for popping in.
See ya.
Thanks,
Take care.
Cheers.
See ya.